Ladies and gentlemen, there's no better way to get up than to get up with Garret. Garret is a third-generation success credentialed real estate entrepreneur who's here to give you tips, tricks, and share stories of success. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Garret Pedro.
Thank you, Dougie. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Good to see you. Do you do any analytics to know what percentage of ladies versus gentlemen are watching the Get Up with Garret show?
It is exactly 50-50.
Wow, 50-50. That's pretty good for the advertisers,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
That's exciting. Good. Well, welcome back. It's good to see everybody after healthy and happy New Year time. Hoping people enjoyed time with their friends, their family, a little downtime, maybe away from the office. Did you do anything exciting over the holiday break there? The New Year?
Just went to the in-laws and,
Well, that could
nice
be
little-
dangerous.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, no, everyone gets along. Everyone was
Good.
good. I brought some hot toddies, so everyone had there were some fights over some Scrabble games
Oh, wow.
because everyone had a little bit too many hot toddies, but got to stir the pot a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, look, I feel rested. I'm feeling great. Our family was so blessed. We had the chance to go to a beautiful island called Turks and Caicos Islands. And if you have the chance to go away, I highly recommend the Get Up with Garret approval stamp.
Wow,
Visit our friends on Grace Bay Beach. There's my parents with my kids and my nephews. This trip was, we like to say, third time's the charm, or
yeah.
third Turk's a charm, because we booked this during COVID and weren't able to go 2 years in a row.
Mhm.
And my parents had celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary, so they wanted to take us all on a big trip. And having 3 different groups of families in one hotel room, was a lot of fun. We had bunk beds for the kids, and this Grace Bay and Turks and Caicos, if I may, for a moment, is just so special. It's not much further than Florida,
Mhm.
so it's like a 3-hour flight from the New York area, and it's just very little protected area, and it's still protected, I think, by the British government. Okay, it's like, I don't know, part of the BWI they call it. And the people there are so lovely. They understand tourism is such a big part of what they do.
Mhm.
And they just treat you with such respect and love. The staff, I just can't say enough. And this beach called Grace Bay Beach, it's got sand, Dougie. It's like you're
Mhm.
walking and you're just melting in the sand. It's just unbelievable. And a little breeze that is so light and lovely. And the temperature, let me tell you, it rained for 10 minutes the entire week. And every day was between 75 and 80. Blue skies, and you didn't feel that like deathly hot sun like it was going to kill you,
Mhm.
because it had that lovely breeze. And the water is a color that I can't describe to you. I think I gave you a little video or a little picture, maybe from parasailing or something.
Yeah.
Take a look. We took my nephew up parasailing. We went on some a boat that pulled like a crazy tube. I almost fell off 100 times. Oh yeah, this is cute. This is some of the kids doing like a little tug of war on the beach. And it's like the water is crystal clear, and it's 3 different colors of turquoise. There was snorkeling around a coral reef, really great
Mhm.
diving here, kiteboarding if you're interested in that stuff. And one of the things I also love about this area is the hotels are small. They're not like tremendous 1,000, 1,500, unit hotels.
Mhm.
They're like 50, 75, 100. They're pretty small. So it's a little more boutique. You feel a little more private, and you can walk up and down the beach and visit other hotels, go to different restaurants. There is a Ritz-Carlton if you want to go to like a fancier hotel, and they have a casino. We actually had dinner there at a famous restaurant group out of New York, BLT. They have a
Mhm.
restaurant there, and there's a cute small little shopping area for tourist stuff. And we just had the best time. And we're, how many places can you go where you can leave your house and be at the beach, by 1 o'clock having lunch? Customs is quick. All that stuff's quick. So just so appreciative of being able to spend Christmas Day and New Year's there as well in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Have you been to
Nice.
any fun Caribbean places? Or
Yeah. So last year we went to Key West for our honeymoon during the
that's
same
right.
time.
Yes.
We got there Christmas Eve and we left like I think the day before New Year's Eve. Well, yeah, we were there for the holidays. It was the best holiday ever.
Incredible. And I'm sure the weather was nice.
Oh
down
yeah,
in
it
the
was
Keys.
perfect. It was gorgeous.
And that probably, I'm guessing that was probably your first big trip since COVID, like
Oh yeah.
other than some small business things.
Mhm.
Yeah, me too. So this was like a
Yeah.
big deal when you travel with the kids. It's a lot different, and I'm used to kind of the business. You just go right through real quick. You have barely any carry on anything, and with the kids, I got to triple check everyone's bags for all the liquids. And, our bag was 10 pounds too high. We had to take stuff out, kind of shift it around, throw away some sunscreen. But it all worked out. And just so thankful to my parents for inviting us and treating us for this tremendous trip for their 50th anniversary. It's a long time to be married. You've only been married a few years, and I know you have just one. So
yeah.
you got 49 to go to catch up. So so good. Now, I want to give everyone some updates on our big family project. For those of you that may be new to the show, our family has been developing an incredible luxury mixed-use project here in Hawthorne, New Jersey. And we've been working on it for about 13 years. So if you ever think about quitting and giving up in something, just remember, often I find in the fertilizer, or let me see if I can get this right, in the soil of failure is when the seeds are planted for your future success. All right.
I
so
like that.
Pat, in the soil of failure is where the future seeds are planted for success. And we've been knocked down many, many times with this project. But over the past 2 years, it's obviously been doing a lot right. We've been going in the right direction. So it's 118 luxury multifamily. Oh yeah, go ahead, play the video. 118 luxury multifamily units, 120,000 square feet of self-storage, which is going to be managed by CubeSmart. You'll see their sign on the building in one of these videos. And then, of course, 16,000 feet of retail, which is anchored by Planet Fitness, which is open. So if you live in Hawthorne, Glen Rock, Fairlawn, Patterson, Elmwood Park, Wyckoff, any of those areas, Ridgewood, come on over. It's like $10 a month. Go once a month, Doug. I think you'll be happy with the $10.
There you go.
The club's doing great. Jesselyn's the manager over there. Tell her you heard about it from Garrett's show. And so we expect the CubeSmart to be open mid-February. It's all finished. We're just waiting for the elevator to be inspected. And then the apartments, which is called Hedges, we expect that to be open by March 6th. Well, I don't want to say open. We expect to be finished the week of March 6th, getting our certificate of occupancy. I don't know exactly the date we'll open for public tours and people will move in. We have to get the staff in there and, in the model and everything.
Nice.
But we've made some great headway in the project. Did I just give you a couple pictures of maybe some of the amenities and coming together, Doug?
Absolutely.
I thought people would want to see that. Some of the light fixtures have been installed, some of the interior brick. So, okay, we're missing one light fixture, but that big black cone, there's a second one, and that's like a little co-working table that goes over, so you could sit and plug in, and then there's those 3 little rooms will have a beautiful glass door. That's a private little co-working office, or maybe phone booth, you'd call it, Doug, if you wanted to just take a break and have a call or sit with a laptop. So there'll be a little built-in desk there. All right, keep moving along here. Let's see what else we got. Can only talk about that photo for so long. What else you got? Okay, so this is cool. We got a lot of brick installed here inside. That's kind of the interior kitchen area of the amenity space. So there'll be built-in kitchen cabinets there. I think there's like a microwave, little fridge, coffee machine, and kind of a seating countertop. Kind of like at Whole Foods, you'll see these long countertops. You just go sit there and have your little salad. Same thing here. And that window that you're looking at, Doug, that opens kind of like a nano door. It kind of opens, and you could pass through food in and out because there's a grill. Did I give you the grills?
Yeah. Let's pull up the grill.
Oh, let's go to the grills. We've got, thanks to our friends at Ferguson, which used to be a company called Carl's, who I went to school with the owners. These are the same grills I put in my own house. These are called EXO, and these are top of the line luxury grills. We have 4 of them. So it's all built in now. You can kind of see the pretty stone, the countertop. If you're looking for a great price on marble and granite for something like this, highly recommend our friends at New Granite Marble. It's right down the street on Wagara Road in Hawthorne. We used to own that building. We actually sold it to them, and they fabricate incredible kitchens, outdoor kitchens, all that good stuff, bathroom countertops. So that's all coming together. Was there a light fixture I sent you? Maybe
that's this one.
Yeah, one of the really cool spaces is a wine tasting room. So this is a unique space where you could actually have a private little dinner. Maybe you do a presentation for a work, because there's a big TV in there as well, and you'll be able to store your wine, kind of like a steakhouse.
Wow.
So this light fixture is pretty cool. That's going to go over the table, and obviously a lot of natural light and out to the grills if you're having dinner as well. it all makes sense.
Mhm.
And things are going along really well. We've got carpet down in the hallways. We have a lot of the millwork going on. Um, Many of the apartments have now been painted and cleaned, and so we kind of lock the door and say, all right, no more, no more working, no more staff, nobody in there right now. Um, and we're really excited. We have over 2,000 people that have expressed interest. And if you're still interested in getting any more information, I do encourage you to go to hedgesathawthorne.com, or you can reach out to us via email. We have an email address here at the show, getupwithgarret@gmail.com. Happy to send you links to the Instagram for Hedges, but I would say probably in the next couple of weeks, we're going to be finalizing our pricing and really starting our launch in terms of apartments.com, Google Ads, Facebook, all that good stuff. Because if you think about it, Doug, you don't really rent an apartment more than like 30 to 45 days, maybe 60 days out.
Mhm.
Like an apartment is something you kind of need when your lease comes up or when it's about to come up.
Yeah.
You don't like pre-reserve an apartment a year in advance.
True.
It's more transient. It's just more. So, people have asked me, why haven't we been able to sign our lease or get in and this and that? And it's just until we kind of really know the starting date, which was very much tied to getting the permanent power on, which was tied to getting the actual electrical equipment, which is part of the whole supply chain issues you've read about in the
Mhm.
paper. That was real.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of weeks with that. Now all that's come in. We've sent everything out to PSE&G to turn on the power. So now we kind of know when the power will turn on.
Mhm.
That allows us to finish our inspections, elevator, all that good stuff, fire inspections. Can't have a fire alarm without power. You're not going to run a building like this on a battery.
Mhm.
Okay. Even Elon Musk is not running a building like this right now on a battery.
True.
For safety. So make a long story short, we think the staff will start kind of getting set up that first week of March, and then we'll start our tours, and maybe people will be moving in first week of April. Wouldn't that be
nice?
and no April Fools? I mean, hopefully that's legit, friends.
Yeah.
So again, reach out to us, hedges@hawthorne.com. We're really excited. Put in your information, and we will start now calling through our list. So we really thank everyone for their patience. I know it's been a couple years. We've been excited about it, and now we'll be shortly ready to go.
Coming around real quick. It's
and
coming.
Also, we're looking for great retailers to join the family, right? So, I mean, Dougie, think about who would you like to see at a property like this? You have your Planet Fitness, right?
Mhm.
What would be a good use before or after you visit Planet Fitness? Or
You need your protein shake, but they probably have that in Planet Fitness.
No, they don't. They don't.
Oh, they don't have like a juice bar or something?
No, they don't do that.
Wow. Well, maybe you need like a juicer and maybe a bagel place in one kind of thing.
I think so. I think that would be great. How about a little acai bowl, maybe?
Yeah. You gotta, if you don't put protein in your system within a half hour after working out, it's almost like you don't work out.
It didn't happen.
It's like it doesn't like
heal the muscles to help.
Yeah, it doesn't do it properly. So you got to have that protein right away.
I didn't know you had a degree in exercise physiology or
Division I athlete.
Okay. So if anybody has any friends at Playa Bowls or Beats Bowls or any of those places, we'd love to meet some juice bars. We've got a great professional company from Ripco that's representing us in looking, and I know they have a few tours this week. I told them I would love healthy, smoothies, juice, acai, bagels, and coffee. And Starbucks isn't going to come here. They want to drive through, but I'm sure there's an awesome local coffee company that, maybe they're regional, like if you've been in Franklin Lakes, there's just Roasted. Every town has a couple cute little local places. That's the kind of user, because the site's only a quarter-mile walk from the train. So I could see people that live there, grab their coffee, their bagel, their juice, whatever, acai, go to the train, or work out, grab your coffee, go home, shower. I think that makes a lot of sense. And so please let us know if you know anyone that wants to open up. They're 1,200 square feet each. And someone that has experience doing something like this is a big deal. So shoot us an email below and we'll get you in touch with the right people. How does that sound?
It's great stuff. How many spots are available?
Well, it's 2 suites and they're each 1,200 square feet. So for the right user, we could knock the wall down or make an opening, I guess. And someone could rent like 2,400 feet where maybe they've got, the bagel, coffee, juice pickup area. And then the rest is more like seating, or catering or back office they have in there. So we certainly could do larger. It's It's really hard to kind of split it down the
Mhm.
middle. You can't make it like 1,800 feet
Mhm.
because then it just gets too narrow. But it's beautiful glass. You've got parking in the back, frontage on Waggerer Road, and the town pool is across the street.
Wow.
Where remember Hawthorne Day?
Yeah.
So like the pool, and they do bands, shell, and lots of events at Hawthorne Day and throughout the year. And the little league fields are there too. So ice cream, coffee, like those are things that people walk to kind of from the town events. I think that
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense. And chicken wings. Somebody had mentioned chicken wings too.
Oh, hey now.
So look, by the way, we're live. Feel free to comment. What would you like to see at the Hedges? If you live there, let us know, and we'll do our best to try to take care of that for you.
Yeah,
Right, Dougie?
absolutely. It's coming along very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice. I got
we're
to see it
excited.
from start to finish.
Absolutely. I can't wait to bring you in. Do you have a little
Yeah.
handheld camera? We can do a little video. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sounds good. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about is football. We
Yeah.
haven't really picked games this year because last year we did such an atrocious job, and I do think failure is an important part of business. But why keep telling people to bet on the games that are losing? I don't want people to lose their money. I want to help people, save and invest their money. But I thought we'd talk about this wild card, or as they call it, super wild card weekend.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, there was a little change this year to how the NFL did the wild card weekend and the
Mhm.
playoffs in total. They added another team to the playoffs in each conference.
Mhm.
So you basically have now 1 to 7 instead of 1 to 6. And it used to be seed 1 and seed 2 got a bye, meaning they don't have to play the first week. However, this year they added the 7th team, and they took away the bye from team 2.
Yeah.
So they made it even more important to be that first place winner.
Yep.
So in the NFC, the Eagles got that bye, which they barely got, and they had to beat the Giants, who had nothing to play for
Mhm.
last week. And we almost won the game, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And I know my producer, Pat, was at that game and was probably doing some live tweeting on how those dirty, disgusting Philadelphia Eagles fans were treating
Yeah.
him. Glad to see that he survived and made it back alive. That's the last place I want to be. So what's going on now is the Eagles get the bye,
Yep.
and then San Francisco is the number 2 seed. So they play basically the lowest seeded team, which is the Seattle. I was going to say Seattle Supersonics, but it's the Seattle Seahawks. And San Francisco's beat them, I think, twice already in San Francisco. The game will be,
Mhm.
and it's tough to beat a team 3 times, but I think San Francisco's loaded, and I just don't think Seattle will have enough talent to pull it off. Although they did beat the Giants earlier in the year, and then you've got the 3 team, which is the Minnesota Vikings. They get the 6 seed, which is the Giants, and that's what we care about.
Yep.
Because some of you may remember the Giants went to Minnesota earlier in the year
Mhm.
and only lost the game on a last-second field goal of 61 yards.
Yep.
And that field goal kicker has missed every field goal since. I don't know what happened. I mean, this
I'm
guy.
actually glad though that they lost that one. Like, let them lose that one rather than thinking they're too good or taking it for granted. Now they want revenge, and that game didn't really mean much now. And plus, everything worked out nicely because I much rather play Minnesota than anybody. Everyone else,
Absolutely. It's a very winnable game. It's indoors, right? So weather's not a factor. And, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback, but this is not like the Hall of Fame quarterback who's, it's not Tom Brady, right?
Yep.
He's not Peyton Manning. He's not going to beat you himself.
Yeah.
Obviously, the receiver, Jefferson, we got to watch out for. That guy is legit.
Yep.
But here's the thing. And I know I'm sure you remember when the Giants played the Patriots in 07, 08.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
best games ever.
So the Giants lost to the Patriots in the last game of the season, the
Mhm.
regular season.
Yeah.
I watched that game in Turks and Caicos at Danny Boy's, this incredible Irish sports bar with probably a 200 square foot, one of those projectors. So
Mhm.
That was such an important game because the Giants almost beat them. And what did that show the NFL and show the world? That the Patriots are beatable.
Yeah.
And it showed the Giants, not only can they win, the Patriots said, oh, shit, I don't think I want to see the Giants again. Let me tell you, Minnesota's saying the same thing right now.
Mhm.
They do not want to see the New York Football Giants
Yep.
again. The Eagles do not want to see the New York Football Giants again. And I just hope somebody will back me out there in the internet universe that I have been supporting Danny Jones for the past 4 years, telling Giants fans, this is our quarterback.
Yeah.
And this year has been incredible. The interceptions are down. The touchdowns are up. The mistakes are down. I mean, this young man is really coming into his own. And I expect the Giants to win this game in Minnesota. They're getting 3 points, and I expect them to actually win this game. And I really do. What do you think?
Yeah, you were right. Danny Dimes is on fire right now. I might have to pick myself up a Danny Dimes jersey.
Wow.
So the thing is, like the last time I bought a jersey, we trade the player right away. So I might have to get a Danny Dimes jersey.
Well, now they have that jersey guarantee. I've seen that floating around. I think it's in the NBA where if your favorite player gets traded, you can give that thing back.
Wow.
You get some money
to
back.
the NBA or to go to like Dick's Sporting Goods.
I think it was something it was a promotion I saw I think it was the NBA.
All right. But you know what I do find hilarious is that the Cowboys are away against the Buccaneers.
Well, yes. Oh, okay. Sorry, we didn't finish. I want to see if you wanted to say any more about the Giants. You feel okay?
Yes.
So the Cowboys finished in second place in the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
And they got the
they pretty much finished second place total. So it was between them or the Eagles who's going to get the bye. But because it's broken down into the NFC East, NFC West.
Yes,
North,
if you win your division, you automatically go ahead of a wild card, no matter what your score was, your record was. Yeah. So basically, what happened is the Cowboys finished second in the NFC East, yet they got the 5th seed.
Yeah.
So they have to play the 4, which is the Bucks, and I think the Bucks do they have a losing record? Are they 8-9?
Yeah, they have a losing record, and
oh my God.
But because the way the playoffs,
they get the home game.
Yeah,
because they won. If you win your division, although you lose the bye, you get the home game.
Yeah.
So now, to me, that's a no-brainer. The Cowboys are going to beat the Bucks on the road.
I don't know.
I mean, Tom Brady, he's going to play until they tell him to stop playing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think. I really don't see the Cowboys blowing this game.
They were choking hard last game. They did not look good last game.
No?
It's not a good way to start the playoffs. And, the Cowboys have a reputation of, choking in big moments. And Tom Brady is the exact opposite.
He does. He does come up in the fourth quarter. So you think the Bucks could win this game?
I think the Bucks have a good chance to win that
game.
game.
I'm going to take the Cowboys. You take the Bucks.
Right.
So I have a friendly little wager there. And then do you agree San Francisco is going to beat Seattle?
Yeah, I think that's an easy. Yeah.
Okay.
They have so many weapons. That's going to be tough for Seattle. But the funny game is definitely the Cowboys. Bucks.
And then what am I missing? Is there another game?
That's the NFC. So you got Cowboys.
Giants.
Here, I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, bring it back. Sorry.
You got the Cowboys at the Buccaneers.
Yep.
You got the winning New York Giants against the losing Minnesota Vikings.
So we got 3 games. Yep.
And
the
you got
NFC.
Seahawks.
Okay, so let's go to the AFC. So obviously we didn't have a chance to talk about what happened with Damar Hamlin and then just an incredible story of the trainer saving him, and everyone knows. I mean, this story has become larger than life and much larger than football. And so that's just incredible to hear. He's got released from the hospital and is doing well. And who knows if he ever plays football again, but this was a freak thing that happened, and quick action by the training staff and of course the EMT staff to help save his life here. But that put out a little wrinkle, which I think the NFL did a great job. And sometimes the NFL fumbles a lot of these things, especially like domestic violence. They don't handle those issues well, and gun violence, things like that. But here, I think they really handled this well. They let the team say, look, we're not going to play. And in order to figure out, what they decided was if Buffalo were to play Kansas City in the AFC Championship game, it will be at a neutral site, because Buffalo and Cincinnati, which was the game that got postponed and didn't really happen technically, neither of those teams were vying for a playoff spot. They were both in the playoffs. It just was kind of where the seed would fall. So in the end, it would only affect the championship game. So I think that's fair. Go to a neutral site. Maybe it'll be MetLife Stadium in the cold. Some people are saying, that they should do it in the cold. Maybe it'll be Dallas, which is beautiful, obviously indoor stadium. We'll see what happens. So that'll be interesting. But so Buffalo gets the 2 seed. We all think they're going to kill Miami, is what I'm thinking. It's an AFC East rivalry. They know them very well. And Miami's star quarterback, Tua, which again, this hasn't been handled very well. This poor guy has had, I think, 3 concussions this year.
Yeah.
Nuts. I mean, how do you put him back in there? Just don't see that happening.
And as you get them,
gets worse, right?
They become easier to get. So once you get the first concussion, it's a lot easier to get the second concussion.
Did you have one in lacrosse when you were
13.
younger? Well, that explains everything, people.
I had a lot.
That explains everything.
No, I had a couple.
You had a couple?
There, but yeah, and me and my friends, we were knuckleheads. We said like the Turkey Bowl, where we full-fledged tackle football for Thanksgiving with like no pads.
That can't be smart.
Got 1 or 2 there. So yeah.
Well, look, let us know, friends of the show, if you've had a concussion and what that experience is like. Feel free to comment and we can discuss it. But okay, so we think Buffalo's going to beat Miami, and then the game that I think is kind of interesting is the Chargers versus Jacksonville. Oh,
yeah.
did I skip? All right, we'll start with Chargers Jacksonville is what, the 4-5?
Yep. Yeah, it's a little
So
pixelated.
yeah, so the 4-5. The Chargers got the wild card. Herbert is a stud. It's been a funny year. They haven't been like a dominant year, but they've just kind of been there the whole time. I placed a bet on them last year to win the Super Bowl for this year, and I was like, oh, should I cancel it? Should I cash it out? But you know what? Let's let it ride. It was like $10. But Jacksonville's a hot team. They're exciting. They won their division in the last minute because of Tennessee. So I think that'll be like probably the best game all weekend in terms of competitiveness. Like that's a flip a coin.
Yep.
Of course, the Giants, I think, Viking game will be really good too.
Yep.
But this one, I don't know. You know, it's really, in my opinion, a flip a coin game. I would say the NFL should be on notice. NFL fans should be on notice. Detroit, Jacksonville, and the Giants. The culture's changed. I mean, the culture has changed. What those teams are doing now, look out the next couple of years. They're going to be fun. Those are not losing organizations.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've seen, the Giants have really stepped up like their communication, if you will. So I'm getting a lot of emails.
Right.
Tomorrow is
Wear Blue Friday.
Yeah. So make sure you're wearing your blue jersey or something Giant related.
And it's not so much like there was always like this community aspect. Like we do go to the community, we give back. You know, Eli Manning was always involved in Kids Tackle Cancer and incredible charities and non-for-profits. But what was missing was this like fan engagement. Like the Giants are saying, we want MetLife loud and we want people out there being crazy and doing things for the Giants. They used to be like so conservative, buttoned up, Park Avenue, the tie. And that comes from Wellington Mara in the old days. But, you know, things do change. Like now there's a DJ at MetLife. Yeah. So, and you've been to almost all the games this year, right?
All the games. Every home game.
Yeah. So like the atmosphere is different, right?
Oh yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
So, and by the way, this game is not at MetLife or else we'd be certainly going.
Yes, absolutely.
Having a big tailgate. Shout out to my friends who are in G14, undefeated in the parking lot. They love to say that's their motto, the G14 tailgate. So the game I skipped, I apologize, was Cincinnati got the 3 seed, who is just, they're a hot team. Burrow has more confidence in his pinky than you and I have in our entire bodies. And, you know, Chase is an incredible receiver, and they're playing Baltimore. And this game's funny because, again, Baltimore, Lamar Jackson has shown signs of just being unstoppable, but he just can't stay healthy. And you just don't know who you're getting. Yeah. He made a lot of mistakes against the Giants, totally gave that game away. Yeah. Remember that one?
Yep.
And so you're wondering what's going on there with him long-term in terms of his decision-making ability, all the skill in the world. Yeah. But quarterback is such an important decision-making, position and critical. And I don't know if he's playing. You know,
he's probably not gonna play.
2 backups, 3
knee, and like they don't tell you a lot. So it's something with his knee, so you don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's gotten harder to really, with fantasy and betting. You really don't know to like the last minute, which makes kind of the in-game betting more fun. You can really get a feel for the first quarter, first half.
Absolutely. But so and like there were some talks. There were some talks. Thank God Danny's playing well, because there were some talks of them trying to steal Lamar.
Wow.
From the Ravens.
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
But yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. And thank God, because like, they call him they call Danny Dimes now Vanilla Vic. He's running around, zooming around. Yeah, that's his new nickname. So he's got wheels and he's playing a lot better. I would rather have Danny Dimes than Lamar any day.
There's nobody I'd rather have than Danny Jones right now as my quarterback. When you talk about who's available, like there's no, you can't say to me, well, Jimmy Garoppolo's an upgrade. Okay, he barely played.
Yeah, and he's not going to be as mobile.
Right. Like think about whoever's available, who's not playing, who's going to be the first pick in the draft. Like there's nobody else you'd prefer. Danny Dimes is your quarterback. Yeah. He's going to get paid $30-40 million for the next 3 or 4 years. You not only do you not have a choice, there's nobody better, and he's winning.
Yeah, there's nobody.
I mean,
you might be able to get like Derek Carr, but like he's basically Danny Jones anyway.
Is he really? Yeah, but
he's not much better. He's not as mobile, and he might have a little bit of a stronger arm, but he's not as like I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like who else is like? You're not going to go get Russell Wilson from Denver. Yeah. You're not going to get Derek Carr. Like I'm thinking, who are the Jets thinking of?
Yeah.
Who are the Jets going to go after? Garoppolo, Carr. I don't see like why change it up. This is working. Dable and the quarterback coach. They've obviously figured out a way to find his strengths, right? And downplay his weaknesses. So are you with me? You're going to go with Cincinnati over Baltimore?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we've got the Chiefs have the bye, Buffalo over Miami,
Mhm.
Cincy over Baltimore, and then the other game, the Chargers and the Jacksonville that's, to me, it's a coin flip. So I honestly, I don't know. I'm going to go with the Chargers just because I kind of like Justin Herbert,
Mhm.
and I'd pick them as a kind of a sleeper. So
Mhm.
I'll take that one.
We have a
For fun.
question. We got a question
Okay.
from our good friend Jeffrey Clemson. Who's winning Coach of the Year?
Well, first of all, I am so sorry. I should have started off the show by saying congratulations to Jeffrey Krensman and you on our sister station here, Mind Your Pucking Business, celebrated their 100th episode.
Absolutely.
I think they had their good friend Dan Rosen from NHL Network always joining the program. And so hats off. I know it's hard to.
I think I have this queued up. There you go. So we had a nice little collage made by
Did you have a little
Jeff's
birthday?
wife,
Oh,
Jessica.
wow.
She made a nice little collage for his 100th
How
episode.
cute is that? I hope my wife Jessica's watching. I'd love to see that. If I can make it to 100. We're getting there. So congratulations to Jeff. It's not so easy to start a podcast, a video show, and then to get a great following and then to go 100 episodes. So hats off. Mazel tov, as we say. Coach of the Year should be Brian Daboll, in my opinion. I'm probably a little biased and maybe not objective because he's taken a team that didn't make the playoffs. They're now in the playoffs. They're going to win a playoff game. And more importantly, they've changed the culture.
Yeah.
And they've taken a quarterback that everyone thought was the wrong guy
Mhm.
and basically said, we can coach you appropriately.
Yeah.
And coaching is what happened to Danny Jones. Coaching, it changed.
Absolutely.
His mistakes have cut down. He's making better decisions.
With no weapons.
And he has no offensive weapons.
Yeah.
You know, the Eagles, Sirianni, I mean, the Eagles have great weapons. So
that was exactly my argument. Like, what coaching is Sirianni doing? Whatever the Eagles coach name is doing, like the braid breaks down and Jalen Hurts runs. That's not coaching. Jalen Hurts is running.
By the way, like, how great were the Eagles with Jalen Hurts out?
Right?
Not so great. Not so great.
Exactly. They lost every game.
Right.
So it's more of an MVP conversation than
100%.
a Coach of the Year
100%.
conversation.
MVP should be, you look at the team, you're like, well, did their team fail when that guy was out? If the team held up, then it's different.
Yeah.
So, look, you can argue with Patrick Mahomes every year. It could be the MVP. I mean, the guy's still playing lights out. He's doing these little stink and this and that. I'm like, is that football? But he makes it work. So thanks for asking. I would put my money on Daboll just for a nice little $10.
I did already.
You did.
I did already.
Go for it. It's a great story.
I think I get like $300 if he wins Coach of the Year.
Wow. You have and I've also, to remind our listeners, you made some great bets on the Giants playing the Bills in the Super Bowl
in week 2. So mind you, I didn't do this mid run in week 2 when the Panthers kicked the
Giants beat the Panthers.
Kickoff. Yeah, when the Giants beat the Panthers.
Yep.
Right when it was funny, my whole section when they kicked the kickoff and they fumbled it and we recovered it, we're like, we're going to the Super Bowl.
That's a little
week
much.
Week two, yeah.
That's
so I made my bets week 2 and I had made a couple of them and they're all really cheap. I made them for like $10 a pop, but it's like the Giants win the NFC. The Giants go to the Super Bowl. The Giants play the Bills in the Super Bowl. So if the Giants go to the Super Bowl, I got a nice pretty penny, couple $1,000 coming my way. And if the Giants play the Bills in the Super Bowl, that's another $2,000.
Holy wow! Well, for a guy having a baby,
$10 bet.
That's incredible.
$10 bet.
$10.
It's a cup of coffee.
Listen, a cup of coffee. Look, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's a little bit of magic in the air, I feel.
Yes, absolutely.
I think this thing with what the Bills went through, right, with DeMar Hamlin, and you look at the fact that Joe Shane, who was the assistant general manager of the Bills, Brian Daboll, who was the offensive quarterback, offensive coordinator, coming over here, this wonderful tutelage of Daniel Jones, his growth turning into a combination of Eli Manning and
Lamar. Why don't you say Lamar? Yeah,
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, absolutely.
He's not going to run you over like Josh Allen, but he's also Josh Allen's made a lot of mistakes this year.
Yeah.
Eli, nobody was tougher than Eli. This guy got up after every play. Danny's getting up, and Eli was smart, right? And so when you add all that together and you see, well, you know what? Giants Bills from 1990, was it 91, the Super Bowl, where the Bills missed the field goal? For all you what do they call the young guys these days? Millennials?
Centennials, I think.
Whatever. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Look for Scott Norwood. Okay. You'll see an incredible moment there in Giants history. So you think about that. And then, Doug, do you know where the Super Bowl is this year?
I do not.
It's in Arizona. home of where the Giants beat the Patriots in the greatest Super Bowl ever.
Wow.
So if you believe in a little bit of kind of the moons and the stars and Mars coming together, if you believe in some of that, then it is certainly starting to come together. And a Giants-Bills rematch, 30 years in the making, in Arizona with the new coach from the Bills. I mean, I think it'd be a great story.
I got another fun fact for you. I don't know the exact date or time, whatever. It was early in the season. You know, when you watch ESPN when it's commercial break, they have the ticker at the bottom.
Sure, yeah,
and there'll be like trivia questions.
They keep things going, yeah.
And it was like, when was the last time the Giants started like 5-2, right? The answer was like 2016 when they won the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's what the answer came up as.
Of course, the Giants didn't win the Super Bowl in 2016.
Whatever it was.
We all know that.
16. 2012, what was it?
It was the 2011, yeah.
Yes.
But they won it in 2012. That's right.
Yeah.
But it was the 11th season.
Yeah. So that was the last time they started. It was like, when was the last time the Giants were 5-2? And it was, the answer was in 2000,
which,
whatever.
Of course, means nothing because no one's on that team. No one's on the team. But okay, I'll take it.
I'm saying it's one more star to align. One more. Last time we started this good. And we're going to Arizona.
All right, so we're going out. So will you go to, if it's Giants-Bills and you win this money, put it out there live to all of our watchers and our audience. Will you go to the Super Bowl?
I mean,
as long as there's no baby.
Money.
If there's no baby.
Yeah. Well, if the baby, it benefits me more if the baby's born first.
Okay.
Because then I don't have to
the anxiety of the worry,
because I don't have to
come home early.
Yeah, I don't have to be there. Like, God forbid, I'm
leave
like
at halftime.
I'm like on a plane to Arizona, and all of a sudden she goes in labor. So if the baby's born first, we're in good shape. Actually,
$5,000 a ticket, and you only stay for halftime. That's a pretty expensive first half you watched.
Yeah. But it's only. I mean, when was the next time? We don't know. You know what I mean? So like, you got to get it while you can.
Like I always tell my wife, it's once in a lifetime, and she always says to me, "Yeah, but you had that twice already for the Giants." So I said, "Well, I'd like to take Juliet. She never had it. I'd like to go."
Tell her it's once in a lifetime. You get to go with Doug.
Yeah, and I got invited to a Super Bowl party, and when I responded, I put an asterisk, just so you know. I said, "Look, just got to know, guys. There's an asterisk there. I'm probably not coming to your party." Well, that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. I want to thank everyone for watching, and like always, if you want to send an email to the show, questions, comments about the Get Up with Garret program. I got to get back to work. This thing's blowing up right now. Shoot us an email and we'll write back to you, or give us a follow on Instagram. And of course, you can check us out on YouTube, right? Yeah, Garret Graham. There you go. We've got the YouTube page. You can subscribe to the videos. You can like the videos. You can share them with your friends. Copy the link. We appreciate any of that love. And just remember, the more you give, the more you get. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes, sir.
Play me out of here, baby. Let's go Giants. Big Blue Friday tomorrow.